Okay, maybe that's better now. Yes. Okay, let me start again. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. It is a pleasure for me to be here with you today. I am Lydia Borrell-Damian. I am the Secretary General of Science Europe. This is an organization in Europe that represents national research funding and national research performing organizations. And it is in the framework of the activities in this organization that we have a priority on open science, and more particularly also in Diamond Open Access. And that's how we got engaged into several initiatives, including action plans and development of standards for Diamond Open Access, which you will hear, I'm sure, during several days during the summit. We are opening here the pre-workshops or the pre-conference summit. Tomorrow will be the inaugural day with all the authorities present. But we thought it was very good to organize these workshops ahead of that session so that we can start the dialogue and start understanding better each other. We come from many, many countries in the whole world, and we are very happy that we are welcoming all of you. As you can see on the screen, several people are online, especially two of the speakers of this session. What I will do is I will be naming the speakers, inviting them to come to the stage to make their presentations up to 10 minutes, thank you, please. And so up to 10 minutes, and then we all sit down here for a first dialogue with the floor. We have time until 1, but it is not all time presentation. So it's first an introductory speeches by the presenters, then a dialogue with the floor. We will break for coffee, and then we will distribute ourselves in different tables, in 2 or 3 groups in the session, to have a more kind of one-to-one discussions in small tables. And we will reserve some 20 minutes at the end for some reporting from each table and kind of concluding remarks of this session. So in each table, may I ask you to identify one person that moderates and another that takes notes, so that we can then receive a kind of 2-minute report of what would have happened in every breakout table. Then, this is a session with dealing with publishing platforms and services for Diamond Open Access. There is a concurrent session next door on metadata standards, interoperability, and persistent identifiers for Diamond Open Access. Okay, just making it clear so that you are in the session that you want to be. Otherwise, you are free to move to the other session. Let me then invite the first speaker, Joanna Ball, who is the Managing Director for the Directorate on Open Access Journals. So, Joanna, you have 10 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Lydia, and it's wonderful to be here and be kicking off this first workshop. Before we start, can I just check how I move the slides on? Is there a clicker? Do I? A bit about DOAJ and how it relates to some of the themes of this session. Working. So I hope you're all familiar with our service, Directory of Open Access Journals. We are a unique global index of diverse peer-reviewed open access journals from around the world. And behind the index, we are an organisation with a wider mission to support the visibility, the profile, the reputation and the impact of all quality open access journals, and that is for all business models. But we are very interested in making sure that we are as globally representative as possible and that we cover all disciplines and languages. In order to be indexed within the directory, all journals must meet our standards and show how they meet standards in editorial quality, transparency and licensing, and all of that's available on our web pages. DOAJ is widely used by researchers, funders, libraries, discovery services to identify trustworthy open access journals. So these are some figures. Shall I just go through the slides again? Yep, here we are. These are some figures around the current contents of the index. We're always growing. We now have over 22,500 journals, which cover 91 languages and from 140 countries. And that it's not just the total number of journals that continues to increase, also the number of languages and countries continues to increase. And here's an overview of the publisher countries indexed within DOAJ. So moving into the subject of this conference and this session, how does DOAJ support Diamond open access journals in particular? Well, DOAJ has always supported Diamond journals really before the APC model really kind of took hold of scholarly publishing. And roughly 2/3 of the journals in our index are Diamond. We see our role very much as supporting the sustainability, the visibility and the quality of Diamond journals. So I want to talk a little bit more around some of the themes of this session about why Diamond is important to DOAJ and what elements of DOAJ are important for us to be able to develop services that are good for Diamond. First of all, community governance. DOAJ is managed by a board. We're a non-profit foundation based in Denmark. We have a community board that governs us. That's very important. It means that we are governed by the needs of the community and not by the needs of shareholders. This also means that our values are your values, the community values, and we can prioritize issues and like multilingualism and bibliodiversity. And this is reflected in the coverage of our service. It also means that we can focus on improving standards rather than acting as a gatekeeper. So what we want to do is to work with journals to improve their publication standards and then help them essentially be indexed rather than just focusing on keeping out bad actors. So we take the responsibility that we have in driving and maintaining standards for open access broadly, but also for Diamond very seriously. I mentioned that we focus on improving the publishing standards of journals, and we do this in different ways. One way is through our application and feedback processes. So all journals need to apply to be indexed within DOAJ, and they go through a step-by-step process where they are managed by our triage processes, our volunteer network and our managing editor team. And throughout that process there's a dialogue with the journal around its policies, around its procedures, and all the time we're working with them to encourage them to improve their standards. If a journal is rejected from DOAJ, unlike some of the commercial databases, it's not just rejected and pushed to one side. We always provide feedback to journals about what they need to do to improve their publishing practice to ensure that they can be indexed in DOAJ in future. Another important way that we improve publishing standards is through our ambassador program. We have at any time between 15 and 20 ambassadors in lower and middle income countries, and they are working with their local community, their local publishing community, to raise awareness of open access publishing, publishing standards, DOAJ indexing, and to support journals through the indexing process. So it's very important for us to understand and reflect on these local contexts. It's not just, our ambassador program is not just about us going out to the community, it's about the community coming back to us with what they need with what their requirements are. So that two-way communication is really very important in the way that we develop our service. For example, we know that persistent identifiers are challenging for Diamond Open Access journals. There's a cost associated with them. So we're careful not to name that journals need to have a DOI, for example. In terms of long-term preservation, it's something we strongly recommend for journals. But again, we appreciate there are costs concerned, and so it's not compulsory. Some of the challenges that we see at the coalface with our editorial processes in terms of the DOAJ indexing process, we understand that journals have issues with licensing and copyright, and in interpreting those consistently across their journal. We also see a number of technical issues. It might just be an ISSN, it might be something more serious with the journal and its website. And we often see poor publication practices, for example, heavy or high numbers of publications of articles within a journal from members of the editorial board. But of course, these problems reflect much more systemic issues within Diamond Open Access Publishing, really a lack of technical resources and expertise. And many journals only have one or two people working on them. We know that from our index that half of the publishers within DOAJ only have one journal. So we have a very high number of very small journals and publishers in the index. And we know that sustainability is important. It's not just important in terms of financial sustainability, but also succession planning. We often see that journals change when one editor perhaps retires and passes on to a new editor. We see changes in the standard of that publication. So that's also a challenge that we observe. I've already mentioned we are very careful about that, making sure that we navigate between that efficiency and delivering diversity to the community. So we receive a very high number of applications each year, all of which need to be processed by our team. So that's 8,000 in all, and we have all sorts of different processes in place to handle these as efficient as possible. And we're about to embark on a project to really overhaul our back-end system to enable our editors to manage this workload. On the other hand, we don't just want to become a kind of a processing house. That other aspect of our work is really important. So the way that we deliver diversity is through projects and partnerships with many of you in this room and listening online today. We also, I've mentioned our ambassador program, we're also working all the time with the community through that, and also providing extra support for smaller journals. So that's how we try to balance those two opposing themes. I mentioned collaboration. So we collaborate and align with a number of other organisations and services to support sustainable Diamond Open Access. We provide technical interoperability with a number of other partners to ensure visibility, and it could be, for example, there's a PKP plugin which enables OJS journals to be able to efficiently upload their article metadata. We have a very high proportion of PKP journals, OJS journals in our index, so that's very important. But we also have partnerships with many of the commercial discovery services, because we know that libraries and researchers want to access open access content from a wide range of services. We play a role in providing quality assurance to journals through other services. So, for example, for funders, through for example, with Coalition S funders, through the Journal Checker tool, but also through a number of other services and initiatives across the scholarly publishing ecosystem, that kind of DOAJ indexing kind of seal of approval is used time and time again to denote that a journal has reached a certain level of quality. And we also work on capacity building through collaborations with national and regional platforms. That's often a very good way for us to be able to improve publication standards by working at a slightly more macro level. Thank you. I'll hand over now.
A nice comprehensive introduction to the OAJ and very clear presentation, and thank you very much for all your efforts in Diamond Open Access. Let's continue now. We move to Indonesia, and let's welcome Arben, who is the chairman of the relevant journal from Indonesia.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you to the organizers for hosting this special event, and thank you to everyone here for the kind invitation extended to us, and thank you to everyone here today for being part of this discussion. My name is Arbain. I'm from Indonesia, and today I will share Indonesia's experience with publishing platform and services. We move to the next slide. Okay. Oh. Today, this is not a theory or pilot project. There are so many increasing number, the growth of OJS journal in Indonesia since 2014 until today. It grew under strong policy pressure. In this case, the government asked all of the publisher in the university and the private sector, for example, the undergraduate student and then the lecturers, you have to publish. That's one of the problem in Indonesia. Honestly, Indonesia did not plan to be large, and in fact, today Indonesia is the large users of the open journal system. Based on the data by the PKP, I saw 70%, around 70% OJS users in Indonesia, and that's why Indonesia become large, because it had to, because of the policy. That history matters for this discussion. And if we want to know, every single university have the department, and in fact one department have the journal, and like Miss Joanna said that in Indonesia also most index DOAJ journal comes from Indonesia, number one journal. But that's one of the fact. The other fact we'll discuss in another session. And the next slide I will share about this is one of the policy by the government to push the university since 2020. The government push the undergraduate students, and then master students, and then the doctoral student. You have to publish in journal. At that time, actually, that's still printed journal. And after 2014, mostly university in Indonesia install OJS2 first. At that time, we don't care about the management, we don't care about the quality. It's only published because it's new for us. We Yeah, there's no process after the journal submit and then review and then copywriting, and then we don't need follow all of the process after submit, and then we, because there's no what is training about the journal after 2014 and then 2015 16, government helped the university with many training about the OJS, and after that some of friend also join in DOAJ to be volunteer. I am also one of the volunteer of DOAJ with Mr. Iwan Arif, and that's why in Indonesia so many journal and more than 2,000 and 800 journal run in one platform OJS. Over 4.7 million article are already published, and today the government focus to the quality, not only quantity, and many are managed by the faculty or department level. This growth happened very fast, and capacity did not always grow at the same speed. That's the problem. Like the PowerPoint by Miss Joanna, the problem is about the expertise. Some journals handled by staff that not related with his or her professional. And the next slide. Okay. To control of the journal in Indonesia, the government prepare about this called SINTA. SINTA is Science and Technology Index. With this platform, the government make a level to the journal from level 1 to the 6. The first level is the highest level. It means that the quality, the process, and all of the management by the journal it's already good. And with this single policy, it's changed the landscape of the journal. The before, as I said, from 2000, the Sinta comes from 2017. Before 2017, the accreditation handled by the other department, not from the education ministry. And in this in this case, universities were asked to increase publication because it's about the ranking of the university, because of the uh, for the graduation. That's why so many, as I said, undergraduate student must publish master, doctoral, and suddenly the demand of for the journal exploded because of the demand, and it will make a new university creating a new journal become the fastest solution to increase the ranking for the university. And please, next slide. Ah, okay. That's why in Indonesia built a national index system that I call SINTA, and it connects journal authors and also institution. That's why if your student or your lectures publish so many journals, and it will make your university ranking will be better, and it will connect with the accreditation, it will connect with the funding. That's why this Sinta will record all of the activity by the lectures and university level. And what about the journal? We have also Arjuna. Arjuna, it's like India, India heroes, like, right? Yeah, Arjuna means in Indonesia journal accreditation. We have the journal accreditation. It will supervise the quality and the management by the journal. And until today, more than 13 and 500 journal are indexed uh, nationally. Index bring visibility and legitimacy for the journal, but it also bring strong control. Sinta control the journal. If your journal has a problem, it will be discontinued by the Sinta. For example, there are so massive publication in one issue, and after check by the government will discontinue your journal. That's the control by the government. Uh, that's why the Indonesian has so many journal. And the last slide, please. Okay. Uh, this is the last slide. In 2024, I checked Indonesian journal without fees in DOAJ. I saw the numbers is 1,307. I don't know why in today, 2026, lower than uh, it will reflect our country. It has a problem. Today, journal is not only for the education, also for the business, also for the ranking, also for the reputation. That's why we hope we can discuss, and after this I will give this result, this discussion to the government and share what we are going to do. And I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you for the sharing. Thank you for your attention. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Aben. Don't forget your yes. Thank you very much for this explaining us the situation. It's extremely interesting, and we shall include it definitely in our subsequent discussions. Thank you very much. We now go to Nepal. And let me invite, excuse my pronunciation, Yibanath Nyaupanem and Sagar Raj Jubedi. It's a joint presentation by the Nepal's journal online, NEPJOL.
Thank you very much. Actually, before starting our slides, I would like to inform you about our university as well as our library. Actually, the Nepal Journal Online, NEPJOL, which is connected with the Open Journal systems, and that is managing and operated by our Trivandrum University Central Library. So I'll just give you some information about the university as well as how we started the NEPJOL in our country. Trivandrum University, the oldest and the biggest university of our country, Nepal. Actually, the university is established in 1959, and we have 64 constituent campus, and we have more than 1000 affiliated colleges under the umbrella of our Trivandrum University. And the Trivandrum, all the constituent campuses and colleges has their own library, but the main and the central one is the Trivandrum University Central Library. And the Central Library is advocating for the open access journal as well. And firstly, in 2003, we started our program with the help of INAFs for the open access journal. We were on the PERI program for enhancement of research and information, PERI program, and then after that the program sustained for up to 2012, and after that we started our advocacy on open access journal system. And yeah, we are subscribing some of the databases for our library, and the same way we have started the remotex sourcing system. So okay. No, actually, I'm just talking about the central library. And with the help of the remotex system, we are advocating for the different type of diamond journal system. Actually, we are connected with the DOS, and in the same way, we have the databases of National Digital Library of India, and some of the databases is subscribed from our side. And the NAPJOL, Nepal Journal Online, where we have more than 500 journal on that NAPJOL, and our part is we are managing as well as managing the journal from our side, and the Equitable Press of the London is responsible for publishing all the journals, and all that NAPJOL is an open access system. And in the same way, we are managing our thesis and dissertation on open access system. And actually, about the NAPJOL, Mr. Gabernath is working in the NAPJOL section, and he will actually explain you about the journal NAPJOL system.
Thank you again. I am Mr. Gebnath Neupane, and Sagar sir also he is the chief of the Central Library, and I am working as a NAPJOL sections from last 2008 to until now. Yes, I am going to presentation about the NAPJOL. Yes. Next one. Yes. Yeah. You have already known about the NAPJOL. NAPJOL is a database only of journals published in Nepal, covering the full range of academic disciplines. The objective of the NAPJOL is to explain visibility to participating journals and to the research. They convey NAPJOL is managed by Trivandrum University Central Library and hosted by Equitable Press, UK. You know, UK, our NAPJOL database is hosting from UK, Equitable Press there, and we are starting from 2003, and now also hosting from UK, Equitable Press. Our server is in London. And our history is the Sarsar already said about the Nepjol. We have started in 2003. Nepjol was created in order to strengthen and communicate national research. Nepal, Bangladesh, El Salvador, Honduras, Mongolia, Nicaragua, and Sri Lanka. We have 7 jewel countries with already starting from 2003, and all of the database may be already now also hosting from UK. Now there are 566 judges listed on NAPJOL. There are 434 tables of content and listing 54897 articles. Most of the articles in 54,141 of the articles are available in full text open essay with open essays. Sarsar already said about the history of NAPJOL. Article database started in 2000 from Science Journal published from Nepal. Nepal Journal Online was initiated in June 2006, officially launched in September 2007, supported by the International Network for the Availability of Scientific Publications at that time, before 2018, and now hosted by the Equitable Press UK. Coverage of the subject areas: agriculture, biological science, business and administrative studies, economics, education. As well, you can see the screen. According the JP Journal Publishing Practitioner Standards, it was managed by African Journal Online. There are 6 categories of the journals: 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, and new journals, inactive titles, and no marking titles. In NAPJOL, now we have no 3-star journals. In 566 are listing in now, but there are no 3-star journals in our NAPJOL database. We have only 2-star journals are listed in 36 titles, and 1-star journal listed in 30 titles, and take to 1-star journals, there are 99 titles are going to take the 1-star journals, new titles 67 titles, and inactive journals. We have the problem like DO as already madam said about the inactive journals, that have now 36 journals are inactive. Yes, our database is starting from Sagara Subedi is Chief TUCL, and Jagnath Neupane myself. I am working in NAPJOL section as managed by all of the journals are managed under the TUCL by me. Journal publisher, editors from different institutions working with Press UK are our partner, and then Miss CS Coming is program specialist Ubiquity Press UK. We really appreciate CX coming and the INAPS at that time now, and now Ubiquity Press to provide as a host country for this platform with all of our authors and publishers. A role of management team. You have already known about the role of management team of the journals to manage supporting staff for the development of the NAPJOL, to identity, select, collect the journals published from Nepal, to organize the program for the journal's author and editors to register and upload in NAPJOL as soon as possible, to organize a dissemination program on e-resources available in Nepal through Ubiquity Press UK, and encourage to publish their journals on national portal www.napjol.info in different regions of Nepal. Yes, we are going to the point of this program workshop, why we are here. Good interaction with similar professionals. We all of the similar professionals establish comparative study of the JOL system with India, Nepal and other countries, earning more experiences from here, a good chance to express about JOL and NAPJOL, to seek and find future development of Nepal, NAPJOL, and way out of designing a new horizon, to learn fundraising policies to sustain NAPJOL, to learn JOL manager responsibility for the editors and authors, more technical knowledge to support research and development, R&D activities, research and development activities. Yes. Yes, our NAPJOL platform, journals are selected for inclusion NAPJOL using the following criteria. Likewise, all of the database which follow the same criteria. They are scholarly in content and content, original research edition on other content. Their content is peer reviewed and quality control. They are able to provide all content for inclusion on NAPJOL, table of contents, abstract and PDFs of full text in electronic format. They are published within Nepal. Management of publishing strategy. They are publishing strategy, business development and the production operations in run from Nepal. The publisher have to check their articles with the authentic plagiarism checking software. Registration process, it is not necessary for us because of all of the systems are same as well. It is not also necessary. Yes, key challenges are same. All of the which already DOAJ madam also said about the problems, irregular publication of the journals, change of the editors-in-chief, lack of computer literacy to beginning point, lack of financial support, lack of coordination, sometimes lack of willingness, etc. Yes, it is not necessary. Yes, it is also not necessary for us. Journal publishing practice and standard you have already known. Authors, editors, publishers and researchers benefit from these databases. All of our intellectual properties are disseminated worldwide through the publication of this database of knowledge materials. The University Grant Commission of Nepal has decided to publish a journal. It is good for us in Nepal. The University Grant Commission Nepal has mandate its campus to publish a peer-reviewed journal. Our publications have helped to make their publications globally accessible through these databases. TU Service Commission, it is also new news for us, already you also. TU Service Commission makes the role for the promotion of teachers based on the articles should be published in the NAPJOL listing with DOIs. It is new for us. Our effort to meet the challenges. As the consciousness of the research and publication is increasing, the number of publication of journals is also increasing. According to many more challenges are increasing. Despite our efforts, we face challenges in organizing the journal industry in NAPJOL. Moreover, quality control has been a major issue. Quality assurance mechanism, QA mechanism, we are considering the quality of the journal as an essential aspect. We think that the publishers themselves have to establish a quality control mechanism to enhance the quality of their journals. Moreover, the TU authority can establish a cross-section mechanism to control quality. Also, we can employ the international experts regarding the quality of the journal in NAPJOL. Yes, interaction, cooperations, international cooperations like today's or these programs. In a rapidly globalizing world, we are becoming more and more interdisciplinary and multicultural. Likewise, we need to develop our publication linking different disciplines. Moreover, we can establish a university consortium. Maybe we can discuss about it. Yes. Moreover, we can establish a university consortium for the promotion of research and publications. This is key points for us. We can discuss about it. Sustainability of the journals. We keep the journals simple. We know the audience and respect their needs. We keep academic, quality, social, cultural, environmental, economic, ethical, and security aspects in mind. More importantly, we have started generating funds and resources from the local level, municipality and province, as well as from the UGC to continue and improve the quality of publication on a regular basis. Because of we have the scarcity of the budget, more of the publisher, that's why we have to make rules from the municipality level as well as province level as well as the national level too. What more some of the challenges to keep in mind? Time management, stress management, resource management, professional ethics, empathy and the negotiation skills, quality as per commitment, socio-cultural gender awareness, teamwork, cooperation, support. It is very important for us to publish and manage the journals. Exploring the resources, we are now NAPJOL and just to Director of Openness Journal, we already said to Sagar sir, to the Director of DOAJ. We have advocacy of the DOAJ in our Nepal also. Project News, ProQuest, Research for Life, Hinari, Ore, Goli, Agora, Medline, PubMed, IMSMES, Scopus, IPSCOST and SCIRUS also. Yes, it is the key point. What we want from here? We want to share with each other about technical and financial resources to sustain the databases. How we ensure the quality of the journals, how do we do the editors training for the quality of the journal with regular publications. We want to share with our Nepalese authors how we can approach to the Indian and other countries OA databases and they will publish the papers with DOIs. We can discuss about it. How can the Indian government institution help us through the OA databases? This is also the related to the Indian governments also. We want to request from here to, yes, contact for details. Mr. Sagar Subedi is the chief of the library, and Mr. Gyamnath Neupane. I'm myself. I'm working in the NEPJOL sections. And again, namaste and thank you for all of you to listen us. And we take the more time which we have provided us. So sorry for that. Namaste.
Okay, okay, thank you. Actually, after the Nigel's presentation, really, as we explained, actually we have also the same type of problem in our context. Actually, the provision of publishing journal and journal article is something different, different in our country. Actually, the people who wish to publish the journals, they can publish as like their mind, you know. Actually, there is no provision for publishing the, actually they do not follow the publishing criteria and that things. And actually all the educational institutions are eager to publish journals. So, and in the same way, with the NAVJOL, actually, we have some types of problem there. We will discuss on the with our friends here the problems and how can we solve that type of problem, and here with the those friends. And thank you very much for listening us. Actually, we are doing something something for the open access journal, and from the beginning we are on the advocacy of directory of open access journal DOJ. And actually the DOJ is the popular word in our country as well. Thank you for providing us the opportunity to speak and share our NIPSOL as well as the open journal system of the country. Thank you very much again.
Thank you.
Very much indeed, Zagar and Geva, for bringing here your story and sharing with us your successes and your challenges, which, as you said, they are common to other systems. And we hope that this is precisely a platform where these stories can be shared and learned from each other and move on with more and better processes. Let me now turn the attention to two speakers that will be online. And the first speaker is the very well-known Ariana Becerril Garcia from Mexico, Executive Director and Chair of Red Alica Melica. She is a champion of the open access diamond in Latin America. She's been there for many years. Are you online, Ariana? Hello? Yes, you. Thank you.
I am here.
Thank you, Ariana. We miss you so much here. We wish you were here with us.
Oh, I miss you too. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing my slides.
Yes, no problem. I think we are here ready to hear you. Probably we will see, I hope we'll see your face on the screen as well, as much as possible. We have the slide on the screen, but not yet. Can we put Ariana's face somewhere? Yeah, working on it. Good. Anyway, Ariana, the floor is yours. Is that okay?
Yes, sure. Thank you so much. I cannot see my presentation, but I hope you are looking at that. Now I think it's loading. Thank you so much. Perfect. Thank you so much. Well, first I would like to sincerely thank the organizers for the invitation and for the care that they have put into creating this space for a dialogue. I also want to express my deep appreciation to the hosting institution, the University of Agricultural Sciences, for welcoming this ongoing dialogue that started in Toluca in Mexico in 2023 and continued in South Africa in 2024. Thank you very much for making this event possible. I apologize for not being able to join you in person today. I truly regret missing the opportunity to be physically present and to engage directly with all of you. But I am grateful to still be able to contribute from a distance. Well, Gridalic is an open infrastructure that works with a vision of making science a global public good. Well, its mission is to strengthen diamond open access journals with technology for editorial workflow, quality assurance, visibility, full text hosting, and open data dissemination. These are our current numbers. Well, maybe you are not looking at that. No. You are, yes, no, the previous one. Thank you so much. The previous slide. Thanks. Sorry, no, I cannot manipulate my slides, but can you come back to the previous one? Previous. Thanks a lot. Thanks. That's the one. Well, today we have 1,100 index journals in our platform, published by 800 institutions from 36 countries, and we have indexed almost 1 million full text articles in our platform. Gridalic started 23 years ago, and one key aspect for Gridalic to be active today is that we are always adapting and evolving our services to the changing needs and challenges of scholarly communications. Today, our challenges are completely different from those years. We have sharpened our strategies to align with science as a public good, assuming different actions that we need to undertake, and also complex decisions to work for that vision. So when we speak about science as a global public good, we must recognize this is not only a technical or financial discussion. It is a political, ethical, and collective decision about the kind of scientific system we want to sustain. In this sense, I would like to highlight two fundamental challenges that we must confront if we are serious about making science truly global, open, and equitable. And the first one is shared responsibility for the sustainability of diamond open access. Well, diamond journals and diamond infrastructures already demonstrate that it is possible to communicate science without charging readers or authors. Well, these initiatives, often led by universities, public institutions, and academic communities, are not experimental or emerging solutions. They are mature, they are high quality, and deeply committed to knowledge as a common good. Yet, they are expected to survive on fragile, isolated, and often invisible forms of support. If we believe science is a public good, then its infrastructure must be created as public infrastructure. Sustainability cannot rest on individual journals, voluntary labor, or regional goodwill alone. It requires shared responsibility, coordinated funding, long-term public investment, and international cooperation that recognizes diamond open access as essential scholarly infrastructure, not as an exception, but as a foundation. And the second thing is the recognition of diamond open access in research assessment. So we cannot build an open system while evaluating researchers through closed commercial metrics or with open databases where diamond open access content is fairly visible. As long as research assessment systems continue to reward publication in profit-driven venues, diamond open access will remain structurally disadvantaged, no matter its quality, its reach, or its social value. This creates a contradiction. So we ask researchers to support open science and open access, but we penalize them for doing so. If we want science to function as a global public good, we must align evaluation with values. That means recognizing diamond open access journals, diamond open access platforms, and infrastructures as legitimate, high quality, and socially responsible spaces of knowledge production. Reforming research assessment is not optional, it is central to equity, diversity, and epistemic justice. Science will not become a global public good by declaration alone, it will become one when we collectively sustain its infrastructures and collectively redefine what we value and reward. in research. So the question is not whether diamond open access works, it already does. The question is whether we are willing to take responsibility of it. Our vision in Red Alica and America, the next one please, no, that one is okay, is that science based on a community-owned and non-commercial approach, so knowledge circulates freely and equitably.